Hi, everyone. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Aaron Klein. I live in South Florida, and I am here today to give you a brief description of my new podcast. Um, as you know, it is called U.S. Vets and Families, and it is geared to assisting veterans and their spouses, men and women, any vet, with any need they may find themselves um, having difficulties with. It could be anything with medical, it could be claims, it could be pharmacy, it could be anything that you may need from the VA. Um, we have several outlets here in South Florida and throughout the United States. So you don't have to be in Florida. You can be anywhere in the United States and finding yourself in a predicament where you can't get to a VA or you can't get to a pharmacy or you can't get um, to see a doctor right away, and you need a clinic, a 24-hour clinic or something like that, we can help you with that. Um, the other thing that we're going to be doing is providing with an update through it's not a magazine, it's more of a newsletter. It's called The Grapevine, and it's from a retired U.S. Navy veteran. Him and his wife, they run the Grapevine. They're on the west coast of Florida, and I also have other advocates up in Boston and throughout the United States. So if it's not something that I can get to right away, I can always get the information from another advocate. The other thing that I'm going to be doing that's different from other people is I'm going to be interviewing and having guest veterans and their spouses, or their spouse or the veteran, and maybe their children, um, of a veteran, to give us their stories. Give us their, and the stories can be anything from the difficulties they're having to maybe they're not having any difficulties at all, and they can help our other veterans um, with going through the avenues of the VA, which, as you all know, there's a lot of red tape, and it could take a long time, especially with claims. Um, so we are here to do that. We are here to answer any questions. And once we get going um, and interviewing and having guests on, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope this allows us to help all of you um, throughout the United States, and possibly in the future. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, well, you know what? There's veterans all over the world. Let's see what they're going through. um, the other most important thing is I'm going to be keeping this non-political and non-religious. It's very, very important. I do not want to go there. It's it's just not necessary. Um, we are here to advocate for our veterans and their spouses and help in any way we can. And the reason why I'm doing this is I used to work for the VA, and I also worked for a company called VXI through Cigna. And what they did is they helped veterans with their prescriptions through a pharmacy called Express Scripts. Um, you may have heard of it, and also the coverage that you may have or may not have through TRICARE. I'm very versed in it. I can help you with it. If you do not know, that's what I'm here for. Um, what happened a while ago with me is I lost my father in September about 2 years ago, and I had no idea what to do. He was a veteran, and I was just lost. I was totally. I'm the only kid. I had no help, um, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know about calling the VA. Come to find out, I put him next to our mother, um, which cost me out of pocket a great deal of money, which you can imagine. Now, little did I know that I could have had mom and dad in the military plots at no cost per his benefits through the military, through the United States Army. So, if you ever get stuck in that predicament, um, I'm here to help you walk through that. I've been through it. I know what it takes. Um, so that's another avenue that I can help you with. The other thing is if you want to chat while we're live, you want to share anything, experiences, or any knowledge you may have, please, you're more than welcome. The other thing I ask is to subscribe so we can continue to help. My first guest, he is my next door neighbor. He's a veteran. Um, we're going to be recording that later this week. And he's going to tell his story about being a veteran and what it took for him to access his benefits when he started to become ill. Luckily, I was here and I was able to help him. He's now home, he's comfortable. He has a roommate, which helps take care of him, and he gets all his benefits. He gets his food delivered, he's able to go to his doctors, they pick him up. His physical therapy comes to his home, and I check up on him every day. Make sure he has everything to eat, make sure he's taking his meds, make sure his catheter is okay, um, all of that. I was a nurse back in the day when I stopped that due to medical reasons. Um, but I help where I can. The other thing is I'm going to be going to our local VFWs, and I'm going to be meeting veterans there, and I'm going to be inviting them to be on the show to tell their stories and any information they may have. So, if there's any of you out there that would love to join us, be on the show, tell your experiences, share any information that you may have, please, by all means, contact us. Let us know. That's what we're here for. If we're not doing a show, you're still more than welcome to email us at usavetsandfamilies@gmail.com. You can find that on any of the pages. And the other thing is, I'm going to be adding links to our other advocates, like the Grapevine, and any other, the VA, some very important links that you may need, that you may not know of. And if you don't have access to a computer, you don't have access to go into a pharmacy, anything like that, we will help you with that. If you can't find it, you can't get to a computer, um, verbally we'll tell you. But we will make links available, um, phone numbers available, anything like that. If you can't get through to anybody and you can't do anything, you don't have the ability, um, again, let us know, and we will do the work for you. We'll do the legwork, and we'll help you, and we'll get you to where you need to be and get you what you need. A lot of our veterans, they're coming back, and even our young guys are, they're in their 20s and some mid 30s, and they don't know where to start. They don't know they have benefits. Um, if there's any of you guys out there that aren't deployed now in Iran, please, if you need us, contact us. Um, if you are in Iran, please be safe. We're praying for you. I remember the first war that I lived through that I can remember was the Gulf War. Luckily, that was quick. I'm hoping this one is quick. As you all know, gas prices have gone up, food's gone up even more. We're all struggling. We're all, and we're doing our best. So I'm here to help in any way I can. And there's many avenues that I have access to that I can get to you. I will do the legwork if need be. So there's nothing that needs to be worried about. Again, either we're medical or going to one of the clinics, 24-hour emergency clinics, pharmacy, whether it be Walgreens, Rite Aid. In Texas, they have a grocery store, and I cannot remember the name of it, but they have a pharmacy. It's a huge grocery store chain. It's very popular, and I cannot, for the sake of remember it now. And there's many things. The other thing I just thought of, in regards to the pharmacies, you'll go to the pharmacy and they say, "Oh, we can't fill your prescription because you have other insurance." Immediately, if you know for a fact you don't have other insurance other than your TRICARE, call either Express Scripts or TRICARE and tell them that you're at the pharmacy. Don't leave the pharmacy. Stay at the pharmacy. Let them know what's happening, and they can take care of it right then and there. It may take a little bit, and you may have to get back in line, but you don't have to leave. You can get your meds right then, especially if you're fighting the flu or your kids are fighting the flu and you need the medicines, by all means. And if you do not know how to do that, again, contact me. I will get you the information that you need. Let's see, what else can I think of? Any, let's see, anything that you may need. If you need help with mental health, which is very important. I'm sure a lot of you heard 22 of our vets per day commit suicide. We want to bring that down to zero, as close as possible. And the reason this is happening, they have nowhere to go, or they feel trapped. Their PTSD, it gets them at nighttime, it gets them during the day. I suffer from PTSD, and I wasn't even in the military. And just this weekend, we had fireworks going off due to a celebration with kids. They had a carnival not too far from me. But something was off about the fireworks. It was just too close together, and it was constant. And I'm in my living room watching TV, and I could see the flashes and the lights outside my window and in my Ring camera. And it just, at first I was just like, oh, it's just fireworks, whatever. But it just began to just be weird. And I've never even experienced a 4th of July fireworks like that. Usually there's time in between, where they set off the firework and you see the colors and whatnot. And this was just too much. And, I was thinking, well, maybe somebody had a birthday. And then I remembered that they had a carnival this weekend for kids at a local park that we have here, which is pretty brand new. And it really, really got my anxiety going, got my PTS going. I couldn't sleep that night. So I get it. I really, really get it. And if you ever need to talk to someone, you don't have a professional that you can speak with, or you don't know how to get a hold of that specialist, whether it be a psychiatrist or just a regular therapist, let us know. Email us, send us a message, and we'll get your information and we will help you. You have the benefits through your TRICARE. You've paid into it since you became a vet, an active military member. You didn't have to be deployed overseas, or you could just be in the military. And every time you get paid, part of your money goes into your benefits. A lot of you guys don't know that, and women don't know that either. So it's very, for you guys, it's very confusing. There's a lot of time management. And sometimes you don't have time. You're looking for a job. You're looking for something to do. You've now come back. You're now a veteran, and you're never going back. And I've experienced some friends that are like, "Oh, I just wish I was back in Iraq. It's just so much easier." But because of circumstances, it could be a disability of any sort. It could be mental health, physical, and now you're on a DR-22, and you didn't do anything wrong, but now you're just not in the military anymore. You're not active duty. You're finding yourself, what am I going to do? And if you're disabled and you're not getting your disabled benefits, and you need help with that, again, we can point you in the right direction. There's other veterans out there that are willing to help. There's even active duty that may know, that have done their research because they've had a mother or a father go through something, or basically we're here to help. We're an advocacy organization. We're not here to. There's a lot of websites that are out there on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot that I see, and they want you to join the website, and then they want a fee for this, that, and everything else. No, we are not that. Do I ask for you guys to subscribe? Yes. That little bit of subscription does help us get to where we need to be and to stay functional and to help as many of our veterans and even our active duty. We have active duty that sometimes they're here because they've come home for a while. Now they're being deployed. But while they were here, they were on medications. And some of these medications are very, very important, and you can't stop taking these. It could be blood pressure, it could be mental health, it could be for pain, it could be for any number of reasons. And your civilian, that's one of the words I was looking for, your civilian doctor, which you're allowed to go see, you don't have to go just to the VA to see a doctor. There are plenty of physicians out there that see veterans, that see active duty, that do take TRICARE. If you only have TRICARE and you don't have other insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, whatever. If you do, great. If you don't, you're not at loss. There's always a way around all of this red tape to get you help. So your civilian doctor or your VA doctor can write your prescription, and you can pick up a 90-day supply before you leave, or you can get your meds overseas at a pharmacy, um, through the military, or they can be delivered. Now, if they're delivered, they can't go overseas per se if they're narcotics. If they're narcotics, that's not going to happen. So you have to take care of that through your higher command, your sergeant, I believe. Um, Let them know that you're on particular meds and you have to take these medications, so that way they're aware, and you don't go without any of your medications. But I'm going to stop there. I'm kind of rambling, but I'm trying to give you all the information at once, and I don't want to do that. Um, I want to hear from you guys and gals, moms and dads, and brothers and sisters, husbands, wives, moms, and I said moms and dads. I want to hear from you guys, and please subscribe, please like. Um, this has been very hard for me to do. Um, it's taken a lot of courage for me to get to this point and start helping you guys the best I can. Um, and if I don't have the answer, I will get the answer, and you will be helped. Um, Again, thank you very much. Please be safe. If you're out there fighting for us, we appreciate it. Please, please, by all means, come home. Um, but until then, we will be praying for all of you. And just keep your head up, and just know that there's always somebody here to help you guys and gals, um, when you come home. Okay? Thank you for listening to me. I will be back later this week with my first guest. His name is Warren. He is a retired veteran. He's also a very good friend of mine, and he is going to give us his history, his story, and what he's been through and what he's going through now. Um, and then we're going to have some of our other vets at the VFW, and hopefully there's a couple other people that I got my inspiration from, or should I say my additional encouragement. His name is Sean. He has a podcast. He's retired. Um, he was in the CIA, but he was also, I forget the branch he was in, but he was not special forces, but he was up there and he knew what he was doing, and he came home, and now he's got his own podcast, and he's amazing. I will have that link if you ever want to watch his videos as well. He has interviewed some of the most amazing people, um, on several topics. Um, I will tell you right now. I should have had this pulled up. Let's see. Sean Ryan. And he has it's called the Sean Ryan Show. And one of his last was Ethan Thornton, 22-year-old, that built a 50 caliber rifle out of Home Depot parts. That's a little bit scary, but I haven't watched his show yet. But hopefully he's um, doing that to be able to build a business. And um, he's very young, so I don't think he's one of these people that go around. He's creating a gun for terrorism. I think he's doing it to help the military. Um, he Sean Ryan has interviewed. I'm talking about him because he's really gotten me mentally going. Um, he's interviewed people like Schlepp, and that's all about child pornography, taking down predators against children, and we'll get into all that later. I think I'll probably leave that up to Sean Ryan and the other gentlemen that do that. There's another gentleman here in Florida that has his own company, and he's very successful. But he was a hacker, and he's very very smart, um, very creative. AJ Gentile, he's interviewed him. He's interviewed Marines. Um, the gentleman here in Florida is Ryan Montgomery. And he talks about Roblox, Minecraft, Discord, the dark online cults, all of this stuff. And it will really get to you and really educate you if you're a parent. It's really important to watch this. Um, John Delaney, they talk about the Epstein files, how crazy that is. I'm actually tired of hearing about it, but unfortunately, we have to hear about it because people that suffered from it, the women, and I don't know if there were boys or not, but I don't even want to know. I try to ignore it because I try not to watch that much news, but um, he's interviewed a lot of people, and he's very good. Skip Atwater, Randall Carlson, um, Matt Cox, Sarah Adams. Uh, he talks about the president, um, Joe Rogan, the guy from Everyday Spy. He's really cool. Him and his wife worked in the CIA. But there's a lot of things I'm going to be sharing with you guys besides helping you guys. But all of this stuff is education, and it's military based and mom and dad based. Anything and everything that we all can do to help each other, and I think is very important. The man upstairs, that's what he brought us here for. Um, Not to get religious, like I told you, but um, it goes on and on. All of this goes on and on. Um, and I'll be providing you with the links and everything, and just I will see you probably Thursday or Friday with the interview. I will put that up um, so that way you guys can experience that. And then next week I will be at the VFW, and I will be talking with our veterans there while I'm volunteering. I like to volunteer at the VFWs and the soup kitchens to help our veterans. And I get brave every once in a while, and I go around and I see if I can find some homeless people and see if they're mentally able to speak to me, and if they're veterans, I'd like to be able to talk to them. And if they allow me, I record it to get their story. Um, because everybody's important. Everybody's story is important. Everybody's going through something. Everybody has something. And I think the people that can help are very important when they do help. And we all can help in some way. It doesn't have to be financially or anything like that, but we all are here. We're brothers and sisters. And I'm looking forward to continuing this podcast and helping every one of you and hearing from every one of you and hopefully having some of you on the show. Um, so have a good day. Stay safe. We're praying for you if you're overseas. Um, and if you want to share anything or give us any information, by all means. Um, or if you have a need, if there's something that you need and you're just not able to find it, or you're stuck at home and you need medications and your neighbor's not home, or you don't have any kids around or anything like that, call us. Um, and we'll get you the help that you need in the right direction that you need. Okay? So I look forward to hearing from all of you. I'm glad you guys, um, I'm glad I got the chance to be able to do this. I finally learned how to do it. It took me a while and got the courage to do it. So uh, right now, I've kept it simple. I've only got the US flag, and those are friends of mine, dog tags. They're not mine. They're not my dad's. Again, I wasn't in the military. Um, Not that I didn't want to be, but it just didn't transpire that way. I went into nursing instead. Um, but eventually, I will be in a studio and I'll be able to have guests and we'll be talking back and forth um, and helping in bigger ways. So that's my goal. So thank you again, and have a good day.